What is up, nerd friends? Welcome back to the Nerd Bench. And look, I got Old Faithful back out for an update. I put the AxeR3 in there, paired with the same 20. I think this is the 2300. This is the 540, what I call the 540S. This is the shorter version, the 2300 kV motor. The R2 motors are all compatible with the R3 speed control. And I wanted to go through basic calibration because that's something that gets overlooked a lot of times. You get a new build, plug everything in, turn it on, drive it around, have a great time, but you never actually calibrated the speed control. And that's the part where the speed control learns the neutral, the full throttle, and the full reverse output of the actual throttle channel of your radio. Now, before we get into this, a couple basic things. Use a charged battery. Using a storage battery or a dead battery will often make the calibration not work. So if it doesn't work, just check your battery. Next thing is make sure the speed control is plugged into the throttle channel on the receiver. That is number 2 on most receivers. Now, there are a couple weird setups out there where in your radio you can reassign channels and stuff like that. So you gotta do a little legwork and figure that out beforehand. But typically, channel number 2 on most receivers is the throttle channel. You can always get a visual check by plugging your speed control into the battery slot on the receiver, so all it does is power the receiver, and then you can move a servo through each channel and move the wheel in the radio and see which channel does what. Now, on the AxeR3, it is a little bit different than the AxeR2 because on the old AxeR2, there was 2 buttons, a power button and a set button, but now there's just the 1 button, so the process is a little bit different. It's a long press and hold, the light starts to blink, you keep holding it for just a moment, you let go, and then it goes through the process. We're going to show you all of that right now. So I have a fully charged battery pack connected, my receiver's already been bound to my radio, I've test driven this truck already before all of this to make sure everything's working, and we're going to get into the calibration. My button is right here, so it's just a single button. I'm going to do a long press. The radio is turned on. Long press and hold. It's blinking. I let go. Starts to beep. I tap it to set the neutral. Hold full throttle. Tap it again. That sets full throttle, full reverse, and hold it. Tap it. It beeps once, twice, 3 times as it goes through. And it beeps again at the end, arms, and then we're back to ready to go. So we got normal operation there. You do notice the fan pops on and off through that process. That is the smart fan circuitry in the new AxeR3. So the fan only runs if it gets up to temperature, if you have that feature enabled. If you like your fan to run all the time, you can disable that as well. So if you do have any problems with that calibration process, it doesn't start the process, you're going to make sure that the throttle channel functions at all. If it gets stuck at one stage in the process, first thing to do is reverse the throttle channel and then start the whole process over. If it gets stuck, like it sets the neutral, but it won't set the throttle. That's a real common one for a dead throttle channel, no operation. Or sometimes you can turn the travel down on your radio. The output of the throttle channel can get reduced on accident. Either the brake or the throttle side is adjustable on most of today's radios. So if that happens, the speed control doesn't have enough output from the radio. So you just got to check to make sure that's all set to 100 and that your trim is also at neutral. Axe and Fusion combos are FOC, Field Orientation Control. It's a different type of sensor system that is a closed loop. There is an extra step that any FOC system that Hobbywing offers goes through. It's called the automatic motor pairing process. To do that, you have to remove the pinion and unplug the speed control from the receiver. You'll turn it on and press the set button if it has it, or it's a long press of the power button. It takes 8 to 10 seconds. You keep holding it down, it'll flash the light, stop flashing, and the motor will run by itself. That's why the pinion gear has to remove it, and that's why I'm not doing it here. There is a link in the description down below that shows the automatic motor pairing process for any of the Hobbywing FOC systems. Also, if you have any problems with that calibration, there's a link in the description down below for the servo test video. That'll walk you through how to check the output of your throttle channel super quick and easy. So, you may be wondering, Charlie, why are you working on this clapped out old truck? What made you want to update it? Well, I'm going Axial Fest. As this goes live, I will be on my way to Rob's Resort in Pollock Pines, California to go hang out for a few days with a bunch of RC nerds at a very cool venue where they have lots of trails set up. Axial Fest, if you're not familiar with it, it is a gathering of RC nerds from around the country. They do 2 of them now. Badlands happens in Indiana, and this is the West Coast one that's been kind of kicked it off. I think it's in its 11th or 12th year now, if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys are in the area, hit up Axial or Horizon Hobby, and you can swing by the campground. They do day passes, I think. So if you want to just come for a day, or there's still time to get tickets and campsites and all that, they have a huge field for camping. It is kind of like roughing it camping. There's not hookups or anything like that, so tents and stuff like that. But that doesn't stop hundreds of RC nerds from all getting together. We'll be at the Hobbywing booth. Myself, Dom, and Diego will be hanging out again. So if you're out there and you need a hand, we got wrenches and pit spaces and all that fun stuff, soldering irons, plugs, the whole 9 yards. And RPP will be on site with some great deals on Hobbywing products. And I may have some top secret stuff to show a select few in the booth. If you're at Axial Fest, please stop by, say hello. Don't forget, we also do a podcast. It's called RC Stuff, powered by Hobbywing. Each and every episode, we give away free RC stuff. All you have to do to find out how to enter to win is listen to an episode. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to shoot us an email, northamerica@hobbywing.com. And as always, folks, thanks for watching. New every Tuesday, it's The Charlie Show right here on the Hobbywing official YouTube channel. We will see you all next time.